My name is Linda Leclerc, and I'm the founder of the Haha Sisterhood and of the School of Laughter Yoga. Welcome in the Joy Element, the feel-good podcast that inspires. Meet my dear friend, Haha sister, and Laughter Yoga colleague, CYNTHIA Paris. I met that beautiful and vibrant woman in Chicago. Oh, I think it was in 2010, during her Laughter Yoga teacher training. Let me tell you, you cannot not like that woman. She's the director of creativity for a business called Team COA, Center for Organization Advancement. The day we met to record this episode was a beautiful and sunny day, and you will get a great background noise while listening to us laughing and chatting. This is one of the nicest locations I went to record an episode. Enjoy. Oh, you are jealous of me, you listening to this audio this morning, because I'm sitting, well, we're standing actually. We just started to move because there were wasps. And I'm with my darling sister and friend, CYNTHIA Paris, and we're looking at, what is this lake?
Lake Michigan.
Lake Michigan.
One of the Great Lakes.
Yes. And this morning we have a beautiful sunny day, and the weather is perfect.
Perfect. It's beautiful.
So we've decided to do this audio right here on the lake, so you can hear the whoosh, whoosh, kind of an ocean noise.
Feels like we're at the ocean.
But it's a lake. Anyway, it's still beautiful. So good morning, CYNTHIA.
Good morning. It's so good to be here with you.
Yes, you can say that again. It's so good to be here with you. And thank you for joining me for this episode of The Joy Element. So I know that you've been very, very busy, because right now you don't know, guys. You don't know because we're in the middle of October. But she organized a big conference, the first Laughter Yoga USA conference in Zion,
Illinois.
Yes, north of Chicago.
Yeah, near Chicago.
Because I keep saying Zion. It's not the right pronunciation.
I think it goes either way. I've heard people say Zion or Zion. So either one.
Oh, so I'm good then.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
You're fine.
And it's the last day today, so she's going to job
Deep
well
breath.
done soon.
Deep breath.
So this is the perfect situation for me to ask you, because
Yes.
the first question that I ask people for this podcast is, what do you do when life gets really stressful, when you get very busy, or when things starts to go too fast? What do you do to stay sane and unwind and just relax and calm yourself?
Well, I kind of do what we're doing right now. I usually go outside. For me, when I feel stressed and I feel overwhelmed, or lots of things are happening, or 10, 15 people are each asking me, do this, please help me here, I need this, I need that. I need to go outside. And just walking outside like we are here, close to the beach, and listening to the waves, just being outdoors, I instantly feel a little bit better. Couple of deep breaths. Sometimes I laugh while I'm sitting outside. Other times I just sit and just listen to nature.
Yeah.
So that is my secret
Weapon.
my little secret weapon. Yes.
I call that kind of contemplate. You're in a contemplatif. Yeah, that's exactly it. You contemplate.
And sitting outside, where I live, I have a lot of trees, and I've put out bird feeders. And I love to sit outside, especially when I'm a little crabby. If I feel a little cranky about something, I like to walk outside and listen to the birds talk to me in their little bird language, the little tweet, 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 tweet. And I always start giggling. Because I feel like they're telling me, stop being so cranky. Everything is fine. Let's play. And so that's what I like to do. It sounds ridiculous.
No, it's not. You know what?
But it's my favorite. It's my favorite.
I was driving here to be with you, and I stopped in Kalamazoo to rest and
That's
get
just a fun name.
I know.
When
that's
you're in
why
Kalamazoo,
I chose that place.
you have to drive through Kalamazoo. Kalamazoo, we're in Kalamazoo.
I had to stop there just because of the name, and then the morning, it was so dark at 7, and then I started to hear the birds.
Yes.
And birds were like singing. I looked outside and I thought, oh my gosh, they see something that I don't, because it's still night. But they were like...
Yep, they start tweeting so early.
And it's suddenly like I was somewhere else. I was not in the middle of. I was in the woods.
You were out somewhere in nature.
Somewhere.
And I found a few years ago I hung bird feeders outside, and you have to put food in them. I've learned. Yeah. You can't just hang them and think it's going to last forever.
No, it doesn't work like that.
And once you start feeding them, you have to feed them like you're feeding a cat or a dog, like regular. But I love it so much. Oh, there's a big bird in the sky. That's our big airplane bird. See it. So it's funny. I used to be a night person. Mm-hmm. So I'd be up till 1, 2, 3, 4 in the morning, and then I would be very cranky in the morning. And I've switched that completely. And now, for many years, I'm now a morning person. But the trick is, I have to have my curtains slightly open when I go to sleep, and I have.
So you have the daylight. So I
have
coming
the daylight, and then I can hear the birds even too. Oh. And they start tweeting by their feeder, and I open one eye, then I open the other eye, and then I'm like, okay, and then they're chirping, and before you know it, I'm giggling, and that's my first introduction to the day, and it's changed. It's really changed my life for the mornings because I used to hate the morning.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I used to hate it, and now I love it because I hear the little chirps, and then I start giggling, and I don't even try to giggle. It just comes out.
So does it help you, like that's when you're stressed or when you're not having such good moments in life? So is it the same when you're feeling a bit down or sad?
Yeah, after starting to do that with the birds, I've transitioned now to try and teach myself when I feel stressed to walk outside, and there's not always birds. Like here we can't really hear the birds because we hear the big lake waves and all of that. But even just to come outside in nature, there's just something different. There's a different energy when I stand outside. And if I stay outside for at least 10 minutes, I almost forget what it was I was frustrated about. And it's like I'm in a different place. I'm in a different world. There's no fluorescent lighting. There's not stale air like there is inside. And I feel better. So I do this always, wherever I am, even if it's in the city, if it's in the country, if I'm at a resort, if I'm working at a business, I'll just take a step outside, just for even 10 minutes, and I feel great. I feel great. It's like a natural energy from, I don't know, the earth or the sun, or even at night it works when there's no sunshine.
Yeah, because you're still out.
You're still outside.
The oxygen is still like you breathe in anyway.
There's just something, and I like to laugh outside, but I'll tell you, sometimes when I laugh outside, it's so loud the people around me don't appreciate it.
So I have to go.
You have to hold it back because I'm so loud. I'm so loud. You don't want to deafen the listeners.
I had that same problem because I was doing my Facebook Live every morning in September. And I was laughing for 5 minutes. And then when I was outside and it was very quiet in the neighborhood, I didn't want to laugh really loud because I thought, oh my gosh, my neighbors are going to be annoyed by that. It's early in the morning. I don't want them to.
You don't want them to. And I laugh even when I'm sad. Sometimes I will say, okay, now's a good time to laugh. And I have to remind myself though, because I think when I'm feeling sad, all those emotions come out. It's a hard reminder to say, okay, walk outside, have a little giggle, and then that giggle gets a little bigger, and I always feel better if I do it. Yeah. Always. It's just that reminder. I need a little reminder to myself to do it.
And what is that reminder?
Well, it's different all the time, but what I try to do when I'm stressed is pause and do a deep breath. And what's funny is that deep breath in when I'm in stale air inside, that's like my reminder, because a deep breath, when there's all the perfumes and chemicals around you, sometimes just stale air from cleaning products, I breathe it in, and I'm like, oh, ugh, that was gross. And then that's my reminder. Oh, yeah, the deep breath should be outside for 5 minutes. So my reminder is sort of the bad smells. No, that sounds weird, but...
It's not. It's a good one, especially now that I feel the perfume of someone on my face. Like I still can smell them, and it's like, this is not me. This is not me.
And think about that. When we're inside of a building, I'm kind of a big advocate of this. When we're inside of a building, someone has been cleaning the countertops. Someone's been shampooing the carpeting. Someone has been washing, and there's so many chemicals in there, but we don't notice it.
Yeah.
You don't notice it. When you come outside, there's none of that. Well, maybe in the city or maybe when you're standing by a car that's running or something. But otherwise outside, it's nice, natural air, and you do feel better when your body gets that.
Oh, so thank you for sharing that wisdom with us.
A little secret.
And it's no longer a secret.
It's no longer a secret.
Thank you, because then everybody can enjoy this. Everybody can use this secret to feel better when things get too...
I hope so. If everyone can just remember and just think of my example of when you're feeling bad inside, when you step outside, it can be a different world. And you can have permission to say, I'm going to step out into a new world for 10 minutes. Live in that new world outside, just 10 minutes. And then go inside. You can do what you want when you go back inside. But most times, when you go back inside, you'll bring part of that new world with you back inside.
Exactly.
Most of the times, even with something really, really rough or really difficult, you can bring just a little bit of that new world outside back in with you to whatever you're doing.
And first of all, you're going out, you're bringing in you. That's the first place. And because it's in you, then you feel better.
You feel better. And then you can carry it around. And maybe you have, if you have some really rough things or difficult things, maybe you have to just make a point to step outside for 5 minutes every hour or every 2 hours. Just build it into your plan, build it into your schedule. I've started doing that, and I do feel better. Always.
I'm so glad you're feeling better. And please do feel better for a long, long time.
I want to laugh many, many more times.
Thank you, Cynthia.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening. If you'd like to know more about our programs, services, retreats, trainings, and all sorts of tools to bring more laughter and joy in your life, visit us at www.yogadurir.com, and for the women's laughing at hahasisterhood.com. Until next time, keep smiling and laughing.